You are not white. That word ain't heritage. It is not a bloodline. It is a lie. A made-up category designed to control you and pit you against your own damn class. White is a leash they tied around your neck and told you it meant you were better. Better than what? While you were dying in trenches, breaking your spine in steel mills, getting hooked on opioids in rural towns they left to rot, the people at the top were cashing checks with your blood on them. This ain't about being the master. You're the exploited, just like your great-grandparents were. Not a descendant of oppressors. You're the product of survival, of famine, of war, of mass migration, poverty, and labor camps. If you're Irish, they called your people dogs. Italian, your uncles were lynched and your churches were burned. Eastern European, you were seen as disposable factory meat. Nobody called you white back then. You were poor, dirty, foreign, and hated. So what changed? Power needed a buffer. Couldn't have poor people of every background rising up together. That's when they invented whiteness. Handed out just enough crumbs to make you think you weren't starving. Just enough rope to make you think you weren't hanging. It is a bribe, a scam. You traded your ancestors' names for a box on a census. Gave up solidarity for a seat in the waiting room of empire. What came of it? Wages that haven't kept up in 50 years, generational trauma, hollowed out towns, a healthcare system that'll let you bleed out in a waiting room, climate collapse surrounding you. Now they expect you to blame someone else just as broke and just as pissed off as you are? Nah, no more. Whiteness ain't real. The boot is. So is class. The top 1% of Americans now own more wealth than the bottom 90% combined. And they use race as a distraction while they rob you blind. Their goal is to make you fear your neighbor instead of the landlord evicting both of you. Stir up rage at the immigrant instead of the CEO that shipped your jobs overseas. Keep you punching sideways so they stay rich and we stay desperate. You ain't white. You're Appalachian, Irish, Italian, Polish, Hungarian, German. Descendant of people who fought, who were jailed, starved, beaten for daring to live free. Reclaim that. When we've actually won in this country, when we forced their hands to give us the 8-hour workday, civil rights, unions, voting rights, desegregation, it wasn't through whiteness. Those wins came through solidarity. Black, brown, broke, standing together, not bleeding each other dry, refusing to let the rich keep laughing while we collapse. You're not the enemy. You're the storm they fear. The fire they cannot extinguish once it catches. Burn the label. Rip it off like a scar. Not white. A badass descendant of rebels and workers and revolutionaries. And it's about damn time you started acting like it.